Hi, bye.
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearded Gamer, and today we'll be looking at the game Ashes of Creation Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a version that was released by Intrepid Studios so they could check out the combat of the game because it had some negative feedback, let's say, so they just released a version that was basically a last man standing combat game so people could just play it and so they could see what the combat is all about. So the gameplay and the graphics and all that are very early access, like pre-alpha version, so don't be taken aback by the graphics that you're going to see right now. This is the main menu. You can see your inventory. This is stuff you're going to log later on in the game, and you can select a region, whether it's US or EU or whatever, so you can have a region near you so you can get a better ping. So you choose to play the stuff you choose in the beginning doesn't really matter. I've tried it and I chose, an axe that I had in my inventory, but you start with the same basic starting items each time. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so this is the area right before the game actually starts. So all the players are waiting here. You can't really kill anyone at this point, and you're just waiting for that thing in the middle to start loading up or whatever and teleport everyone to the actual, I'll call it an arena for now, for lack of a better word, into the world where you're gonna have to kill everyone else and be the last man standing. So there's a lot of places to run around in here. There's actually chests you can open and get items, but it doesn't really matter because you can't kill anyone. You can break stuff, and that's about it. So pressing F gives you a default weapon, the one we're holding right now, and that was X. If you press X, it dodges, I guess, so in battle. But again, this is all very early access, so that's why they released it. This is a chest, so you hold E to open it. Everyone can loot it at this point. I don't know if this is how it's going to be in the actual game, but for this version that they released to check the combat, that's how it is. So if you get items, you can pull them up to the 2 slots that you have. Now the game is loading like this, so now everyone teleported, and this is the portal, I guess, and you teleport into the portal and you get an eagle. You are an eagle at the start. You're at the back of an eagle. So I haven't played Fortnite or PUBG or any of those big battle royale games, but I'm guessing this is similar to what they start like. So everyone starts, they fall in using, I don't know, in this case it's an eagle, maybe in other games it's a parachute or something, I don't know, I have no idea. So there's a big world and you land somewhere in the world. I tried to avoid getting in areas where there's other people so I could loot some stuff first, but this was the first time I was playing the game, so I was horrendous at it, it's safe to say. I saw this tower, I was like, yeah, this looks like a good place to land. Of course there was someone else here, so I got owned really fast. There were 2 people fighting, so instead of running away, I tried to fight them with my basic item. This guy has a stronger weapon. I'm already almost dead, and now I'm fully dead. Fantastic. I did come back though and try a couple more times, each time hoping to do something better. So yeah, let's just skip this part. We're flying with the eagle, we choose a place that we want to land at, and there we go. Okay, so there's houses, there's stuff that you can loot. You can hear the chests actually. They make a sound. So anyway, let's get into the stuff that the reason why they made this version of the game. I think I'm gonna die again here, but whatever. I should have run away before, where I had full health. So this guy's chasing me. He obviously has better gear. The combat for now, it's not tab targeting. That was a main worry that people had, that it's going to be tab targeting like in World of Warcraft, for example, but it's not. It's basically like the Elder Scrolls Online, where if you hit the guy with your weapon, the guy gets hit. There's no hit chance or stuff like that. So if you hit the guy gets hit. Simple as that. Here I'm selecting, I hadn't realized that I was playing on a US server. You can choose more than one at this point. I don't think this is going to be something you're going to be able to do when the game actually gets released. Yeah, everyone's waiting for the game to start. So now I'm back in the oh yeah, there's quests that you unlock. There's levels that you unlock by playing games and getting kills and doing stuff, and you unlock weapons. But I unlocked this one that I'm hovering over right now, and I chose it in my inventory. I equipped it before I started the game. But again, when I got into the game, I had the same basic, very simple axe. So nothing changed by equipping any of the items that I got by getting levels. Also, I spent some in-game currency that I got because I pre-purchased the game by mistake to unlock that quest line. I'll call it a quest line. I don't know why I didn't want to spend that money because the game has not been released. I hope it's gonna get refunded. So at this point, I managed to land somewhere where there weren't other people, and I tried to go somewhere where people would probably not find me. So I did manage to find some items. I got a better weapon. It goes into slot 1. So pressing numpad 1, not numpad, the number 1 on your keyboard equips it. Considerable more damage than the basic weapon. This guy's probably, that's why he was running away. I think I killed him, right? Yeah, I killed him. So by picking up all this stuff, you fill up your 5 slots. And if you get something that's an armor instead of a weapon, you need to press I to open your inventory and drag it. There's 2 slots that you can use to put your armor. It gives you more armor that you can also repair, by the way, when it's damaged. You'll see the other guy doing it. The guy that's just about to kill me, you'll see him doing it. So I'm fighting with this guy, and I'm using all sorts of weapons to figure out what they do. That wasn't me, that was the other guy. The weapon, I think what I'm holding right now is a wand. This guy just came out of nowhere and just wrecked us both. You drop all your items as battle royale games go. So I got a kill at least. So that was the first step toward me not being the worst player on the map. This guy, I think he got the kill. Let's see. Yeah, he got the kill. I don't know what that move was. I don't even remember picking classes, to be really honest at this point. So he's hiding here, pressing F1, uses up mana that you find all over the world, and he's repairing his armor. So you need to keep your F1 pressed, and it refills your armor. Okay, I think this was attempt number 5 or something. I actually managed to land somewhere very far from everyone else, near the edge where the wall is, and I found a chest right off the bat. So I picked up some items, and immediately I started off well. Let's say I got some mana, I got some gear, I got a weapon. I think I got some armor, but at this point, this is where I discover how to use it. You just drag it. That's it. There's no reason to have more of the same name. If you have 2 pieces of armor that are the exact same, you can drop one. It's no problem. So there's legs and armor, and if you can see now, I can't see. I think it's like 55 armor that I have. So this gives me an advantage of people who don't have armor. I have more total health, let's say. Plus, I have a decent weapon, and I can do more damage. Also, with ranged weapons, from what I can understand, for example, with bows, I don't know if I have a bow at this point, but with bows, you single click, and it's like a hit scan. It insta hits the other guy. So you need to actually hit them with the arrow. You need to have your mouse on them when you press mouse 1, otherwise they won't get hit. So at this point, I had spawned very far away from everyone else, and I needed to walk a long distance to find someone. Oh, right, when you equip stuff. Let's kill this guy because I did get the kill at this point. I broke the door and he died. So, great. Okay, so at this point, while I equipped my weapon, and my weapon had some sort of active ability that you can use, and so does the armor that I put on. So I have 2 pieces of armor and my weapon. And if you can see, on top of my inventory, the 1 to 5 slots, there's 3 more abilities. It's C, V, and Q. Pressing those buttons activates those abilities that I'm not sure what they do at this point. I didn't really look into that too much, but you can activate them, and they give you bonuses while fighting, I guess. I think I killed this guy as well. He was already fighting, so he wasn't at full health. I activated my Q ability. I killed that guy, which is great. And at this point, I was one of the last people left. And I was a little low. I needed to refill my armor. I tried to hide somewhere to do it, but lo and behold, someone turned out of nowhere and just destroyed me. That was my ability. I don't know what that did. I pressed it. I have no idea what happened. I went away. I was very low. He hit me with I think it was a bow. So I died. So all in all, the graphics look pretty decent for a game that is in such an early stage. It's super pre-alpha version. It's very incomplete. And what I appreciate about Intrepid Studios is what they're doing is that they're not afraid to show the game progress as it is up to this point. All right, I've earned that hatchet, so I went and I equipped it, but it didn't change anything for me. Obviously, this is something they didn't deal with at this point because it's too early in the stage of the game's progress. So it's not something important for now. They just wanted to check out the combat. So what I was saying is that I appreciate the fact that they're releasing parts of the game the way they are, so they can get honest feedback from the users. They're not afraid to get the honest feedback from everyone. This way, they can say, okay, this part of our game is lacking. So we're in a very early stage of the game's development. Let's make that thing that people are complaining about better before releasing the game. I wish more game developers did this, actually. And if you think about it, the graphics look pretty decent for a game that's so early on in its development. The combat needs some work, obviously, but it's still pretty okay. It's pretty okay for now, but I wouldn't be happy with it if it was what the game released with. You can see the armor that piece of item provides. So if you have something that gives you 35 armor and you hover your mouse on top of another one and it gives you more, you pick that up and you wear it, you have more armor. Simple as that. I didn't know what damage each weapon does, so here I was contemplating. It says legendary great axe, the great mace, so it must be better than the one I have, right? So I picked it up. Simple as that. And at this point, I was running on what graphics card was I using at this point? I had the one I have now. It's an RX 580, which is low to medium specific spec graphics card. It's a GPU that's not super high end, but again, I was playing with basically everything at full, and I was recording at the same time. I was getting decent frame rates, very, very playable, no problem at all. So I don't think the game will actually, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing right now, it looks like it's going to be pretty okay to run on medium powered computers. You're not going to need to have a super advanced computer upon release, hoping it's going to be even more polished than it is at this point, so your computer will be able to play it even better than a pre-alpha stage of the game. So at this point, again, I spawned. This is a new game. I spawned somewhere very far from everyone, picked up a bunch of items, being all badass and stuff, running away from the wall that keeps on getting smaller and smaller, trying to find people to fight, and that's it. So to sum up, the game is looking like it's going in a very nice direction. The game developers look like they're actually very interested in the public's opinion, which is great. They're working with the people step by step. So they released a very early access version of the game like last year, and they had some people do some live streams and people could see and give out their opinions. So you can see the game, how it was at that point, give out their opinions, and they listen to the people. So that's why they released, this was like a 2-day thing where everyone could log in, this super early access version of the game, give it a shot, voice their opinions, actually try it to see what it's like, so their opinions have more gravity to them, let's say. And the combat is going to need some work, but it's an interesting direction that it's going at, I think. And the graphics look pretty decent. So I believe that when the game is released, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be released somewhere Christmas 2019, something like that. And for people that pre-purchase one of the packages, Wayfarer or Adventure or whatever, they will have access to earlier releases before the official launch of the game. I have just the very first tier of pre-purchase packages. So it's going to be subscription based, by the way, which personally I like that idea, which means there's not going to be pay to win microtransactions. This is a game that you buy, and you have to pay a monthly fee to pay. So the only right thing to do, if the developers are decent, and they seem to be decent, is that they're going to give you access to the full game if you're just a subscriber, without having to buy power-ups or better weapons with actual money, which is silly, and it's something that actually destroys games when companies do this. So I hope they don't do something like that. That would be silly, in my humble opinion. So Ashes of Creation, that's what it looks like for now. Hopefully, and I believe it is going to be an amazing game upon release, changing what we know about MMOs. It's going to be a very different kind of game from everything else that we know for now. So anyway, that's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you all for watching. This is the Bearded Gamer, over and out.